It's August 15th, 2012, and we're here with Jesus Barajas,
That's right.
and we're going to interview Jesus about his life. Your life in Mexico. You said that you were born in Mexico?
Yes, I was born in Jalisco, Mexico. It's harder over there. I grew up with an older sister, me, in Mexico. I grew up with her and me, and we lived in a ranch. So we like had a bunch of chickens, cows, but that was only from when I was like 1 to 5. My mom, okay, my dad from my dad's side, it's my dad has like 15 brothers, and they're all over here in the U.S. He was the only one that's over there. So my mom didn't like the fact that when my uncles came over there, they said that, oh, I own this, like you're nothing. They made my mom seem like nothing. So she didn't like that life, so she decided to come over here. Like, what was so great over here? She came here a year before she brought us, and she saw that over here, there was more food to eat. Like, how do I put it? There's plenty of food for everyone. And if you don't have a job or somewhat, the government makes it possible for people to eat. And in Mexico, it's not like that. In Mexico, if you don't have money, you cannot eat. The government doesn't care about you. So she decided to come over here. So my mother and father broke their relationship. My dad stayed in Mexico. My mother brought me and my older sister over here. At the start, I didn't know hamburgers. All I knew how to eat was eggs, beans, fruits. And the first time I got a hamburger, I was like, torta? Well, what kind of torta is this? So I bit it, and for like the first 2 years, I did not like it.
How did you like it when you came here? I think you said you were 5.
Yes, I was 5, and my older sister is 4 years older than me, so she was 9. For me, school, the first day was weird because in Mexico I went to first grade, and I could do whatever I wanted. I could like get in a fight with whoever I wanted, and nobody said nothing. Over here, the first day of school, I got busted because I wanted to fight another kid because I didn't like him, and but it wasn't as bad for me as it was for my older sister because she she ended up crying because she was in a higher level, so all they spoke was English. Me and her were used to no English at all. I had more time to learn the language than she did because she had to catch up fast. I would see her crying every day after school in the house. It was really tough for her.
That's terrible. Did she? How did she handle this?
She's a really hard worker and she's a fighter. I tell you, because she would beat me up a lot of times when we were little kids. She hated me. I don't know why, but yeah.
That's not unusual.
Yeah. Overcoming the language, it was hard, but within a couple of years we had it down. And I think that aspect of her life made her realize that I can do this, and I just had to set my mind to it. Because right now she's a nurse. She graduated from Santa Clara University. She has a degree in Spanish. So, yes, I really do look up to her. Sometimes when I feel really down, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm like, well, if my sister made it and she had it harder than me, then why can't I? Yeah, and I can do it too.
So what schools did you go to in Salinas?
The schools that I went to was Virginia Rock Barton Elementary. That seemed like a big school, but now that I go back to it, it's like really small because I grew. Yeah. Of my middle school, the funny thing about my middle school, I went to La Paz Middle School. It was the first year that they opened it, so it was only 7th graders. And then the next year there was 8th graders, but it was us, so we never got bullied or punked by the 8th graders. So it was a really good school. Everything was new. Great teachers. I got chosen student of the month by the math teacher.
So you're good at math.
Yes. I liked middle school so much that I had a 4.0 GPA throughout the whole 2 years that I went there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you, then you went to high school there?
Yes, I went to LSL High School. It was a big change because now there was like the girlfriends and guys, and then I would see gangs. One gang over here, another gang over there. Made me think I didn't want to live in Salinas. I didn't want to like have a job here for the rest of my life. So after high school, my first move was to move back to, well, not back to, but like to move to LA. I have an older brother there. Yeah. He didn't grow up with us because my mom separated with their parents. It's two of them, two guys. At, yeah. And over there I worked in Disneyland.
Did you?
Yes, it was fun. It was really fun. I loved Disneyland.
What'd you do?
I was in attractions. I worked the rides. Yeah. So I worked in a ride called the Maliboomer. When I would press the button, people would just shoot out into the sky, and then they will kind of like spraying, I guess, and then they'll slowly come down. Yeah.
So, why did you leave the job? Did you not wanted to move on to other things, or?
I love Salinas, but okay, I love Disneyland, and it was the greatest job ever, but I missed everybody back here. I realized that I have some smaller cousins that maybe they won't make the choices I made and get out of gangs and be someone in life. And as soon as I came, I went to go see one of my cousins. He's junior because his name is the same as his dad. And I saw that he was in bad steps. So I straightened him out, and he's doing really good now. He's working in Panda. He's thinking he graduated high school, and I'm proud of him. I also have 4 other little cousins that they also need some straightening up. I'm pretty sure they will do okay. They just need someone to be on them and be like, you can do this, and don't get distracted by that.
Yes. To focus and yeah, it's hard when you're young to see the future.
Yes,
you just see what's happening now.
Yes.
And the future seems,
really
far away.
Like I'm never gonna get there, but before you know it, you blink, I'm there. Yeah, that's how it is.
So you graduated from high school, went to Disneyland, and you came back. And what did you do?
I registered at Harnell. I was just taking a couple of classes, like 2, and I was also working in Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC by also. Yes, it was a fun job. Just that I got tired of all the chicken. Because during lunch, I could eat chicken. But it's funny though, because like the first day of work, they have me like getting the chicken off from the bone. And like, I always loved Kentucky Fried Chicken. So my mouth was like, but I couldn't eat it. So, but eventually, I don't know, I got tired of the chicken, and I just quit because I couldn't handle it. And I was also doing soccer.
Oh.
Yeah. Ever since I was small, I was like playing soccer. This year's the only year that I'm not playing soccer.
Yeah. Now you said, I thought maybe I misunderstood you. You said that you actually tried working in the field.
That's right.
And
I didn't try. I actually worked there. When school ended in when I was 15, what was that, like sophomore, freshman, something like that. I just remember I was 15, and my mom said, "Mijo, ¿te quieres ganar unos dolaritos?" I'm like, sure. Like, okay, mañana pones tu lonche y nos vamos a trabajar al field. Like, okay. So I didn't even sleep that night. But yeah, I went the next day. I worked, and it was the worst day ever. I had to harvest cauliflower, so they gave me a knife. I was supposed to cut it from the ground and then do a little crown on it, and then put it in a banda. I don't know how that would be called.
A
Yeah,
rubber band?
kind of
Band?
like a band, but it's a big band where we
Oh,
put
oh,
the crops, and then they go to the ladies, they wash it, then some other ladies put it inside of a bag, and then two other people put it in a box. Yeah, it's a process.
And so how long did you actually do that?
I worked the first day. I wanted to quit and I didn't want to go back, but then I remember my mother that she has been such an inspiration for me that ever since we got here, she has worked in the fields, and that's how she's fed me. So like, if she did it, I can do it because that's the way she raised me. So in case um not a nobody and I cannot ever get a job in the world, I could always come back here and I know how to do this work. So I have to learn it. So yeah, eventually it took me a while before I got it, but everybody was really patient and they gave me the opportunity. Although some people, like my boss, he kept on, vamos, 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 ándale, ándale, mira todos los demás, ándale, ¿y tú? Yeah.
So you did that experience of working in the fields change your mind about what you wanted to do, or
Mm, yes, on one thing. It made me realize that I did not, under any circumstance, want to work in the fields because it's the worst job ever. I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning, make my own lunch, drive over there, or pay a ride to take me over there. Then once I'm there, I have to work like, como dijéramos nosotros, como un burro, yeah, like a donkey, because you know they load him with a bunch of wood and he has to carry everything. Yeah.
oh, so just let me check this. So
Okay, I worked that summer, and then the next summer I also worked it. Once I graduated from high school, I left to LA to Disneyland because I did not want to be nowhere near the field nor Salinas. But then I realized all my people's over here, and they might need some of my help. They might have trouble making choices that I made easily. So I came back. I helped my cousin. The first year I did work in Kentucky. The first year that I got back, I worked in the Kentucky Fried Chicken. But then I quit, so I was just going to school. And one day, I didn't have school, and my mom, she goes to school, work, but then she comes out really early. She got home at 10, and she saw that I was sleeping. She's like, "¿Sabes qué? Tomorrow we're gonna go to work, and you're gonna go to work with us."
so
Because she thought I was being really lazy. So I was like, "I'm not gonna argue with you." Okay. Because I didn't see that much future in school. School was like big, but like later. Once I decided what I wanted to be, then I'll go to school. But things changed. So yeah, that day I went to school. I dropped all my classes. I was taking a math class and an English class. I failed them both because I just didn't go no more. And I went to work. I worked the whole year with them, and I did earn like I think it was 11,000, and I saved in my bank 7,000. So I was pretty in a good shape. And then the next year, I said I'm just gonna go to school. I did just go to school, um, but the money just went, just left me really fast. So by the end of the year, I was broke again. So I had to go back to the fields. So yes.
when did you decide what you wanted to do for a career? What made you decide what you were going to do?
Okay, I'll get into that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, fine. Okay, so yes, this is like the third year working in the fields, and one day my cousin, the one that I helped them get back up, she's like, "Oh hey, there's a party. You wanna come? There's a girl that wants to see you." Okay, so I do go to this party, and there's a girl. Hi, just like friendly, and I don't know where she started talking to me. So then we started talking, and on July 30th, 2000, no, not July, October 30th, 2010, we turned into boyfriend and girlfriend at a party. And she's from Morelia, Michoacan. She was born here, but her parents are from there. And she has taught me a lot of things that I did not know. She is in a way my inspiration. She has. I finished that year going to work in the fields. The next year, I was back in school. So she has me back in school. Now my motivation is not only her, but also my future. What I want for my kids. I want my kids to grow up and have a good future for themselves. And I want to support them and give them the best I can. And I know that she'll have my back too, and their backs. So in a way, she is my motivation, and she's also really pushy. She's like, "Andale, you can take these classes, so you can turn into this person. Or what do you want to be? You don't know what you want to be? Okay, I know a person that she's a counselor, and you can take her class, and you'll figure out what I want to do. I mean, what you want to do." So I did. I took her class. Her name is Miss Carbajal. She's a teacher, well, she's a counselor at Cornell, a really good one. And I figured out I want to be a mechanical engineer. So right now I'm majoring in engineering. Hopefully I'll transfer to either Cal Poly or Chico. They're both have really good engineering programs, and we'll go from there.
You said that you thought you wanted to design farm equipment?
Yes, I do want to design farm equipment. That is because I see all the people that come from other places, and the first place they go to is the fields. Um, I would like to make it so that there's a program or something in the state where they could just go to get an education at a really low cost and just work there. I don't want to see my people working in the fields because in a way it reminds me of the whole slavery thing, how the poor are slaves and the rich they just kick back the numbers and
Opportunity
yeah.
then.
Yes, I would like for people from that are like in the low to have good opportunities to be in the middle class.
Well, that's a wonderful, wonderful aspiration. It's, I guess, the main thing you like about Salinas is your family.
Yes.
That your family is
Yes.
here. Is there anything else you like about Salinas?
The weather is really nice. Over there in LA, it was like 110 degrees. I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you or do you ever go back to Mexico?
Yes, last year I went in December. Well, I came this January. Yes.
And how does it compare now that you've been here, grown up here, and now you go back there? How does it compare?
It compares because I see all my cousins and they all look older than me.
Mm-hmm.
That says that Mexico is a really hard place to live in, and they have to work a whole lot more than me. And some days they don't get to eat. Not because they don't have the money, but well, in a way, they do get to eat, but not the foods they want. Like whatever's on the table, that's what you get to eat.
Is there still a ranch that?
Yes, the ranch is still there.
And
My dad still lives in his ranch. He is really happy. Every time I go see him, he cries. I deeply understand. My dad, he got married again, and his wife passed away. Yes, it was really hard on him, so he took up drinking, and I think in a way I'm a little stronger than my dad because he can't stop drinking. Every single day I go over there, he's drunk.
that's too bad.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's really hard to have families, especially so far apart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I know I went to Mexico City and it took me 7 hours in a plane, and that's a long,
Mm-hmm.
long way.
Yes, it is.
Well, this has been a wonderful discussion. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or just share with Salinas in the future?
I would just like to add that one day I'm gonna take all those people that are working in the fields and I'm gonna make them your future governors, lawyers, doctors.
They will be. They definitely will be.
And that's
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your sharing your inspirations because that's something that's hard when you're young. So you were inspired by your mother's hard work ethic and your sister's success in her work, and so that's the best you can have is a family that inspires you.
yes, that's right.
So thank you so much. If you don't have any final words, that's probably a good note to end on.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Motivation has been really hard for me. Sometimes I just think, well, I used to think before I had my girlfriend that I'm gonna be a no one. I'm not gonna make it. Why do I even try? But the thing is, just do it. Even if you're wrong, you learn from it. That way, you'll know how to do it the next time. And also, don't be afraid of anything. They say that the field is really hard work. It is, if you can take it. And the thing about the fields is that just don't quit, and eventually you'll get good at it. You will. Anyone can do it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.